Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go. Guys, in this podcast, I'm going to share with you some things that you need to do if you want to drop 30 pounds. And I'm talking about without giving up your favorite food, without starving yourself, without selling your soul to the chicken and broccoli diet, without spending 7 days a week in the gym like a bodybuilder if you don't want to. Some people, they love going to the gym. Like, the gym's kind of like my sanctuary. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go for, like, stress management, energy management. But if you don't want to go, you ain't got to go that much. All right? That's just me. But anyway, we about to go ahead and dive in. So, maybe you've lost weight in the past, but you like, dang, I always gain it back. You want to watch this, you want to listen to this podcast. Maybe you feel like you stuck right now. You lost a little bit of weight, but then you got stuck. You want to listen to this podcast, all right? And maybe you don't know what steps you need to take. You want to listen to this podcast, okay? So the first thing is this. Guys, you can't outwork poor nutrition habits, man. You can't. I just seen somebody on my Instagram today post, they comment on one of my recent posts earlier this morning, and they say, man, I'm doing great. I'm getting gains with my workouts, but man, this stomach ain't going nowhere. And I felt this pain because I ain't never had no big ass stomach, y'all. I'm always gonna be authentic and 100 with y'all. I ain't never had no big ass belly, okay? But there was a time in Jay Jackson life where, you know, I was on my fitness journey. I wanted to be all cut up. I used to look at cartoons like Dragon Ball Z back in the days. I used to look at wrestling, the WWE, WWF. I used to see Goldberg and The Rock and, you know, all these different wrestlers, right? So I wanted to be all cut up like them. You know, I was in shape. I ain't look like I worked out, but I was in shape. I played sports. But I wanted to be cut. But what I used to do, I would go to the gym, work out for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, leave the gym, take my happy ass home, and go eat me a big ass bowl of cereal. I would eat some Cinnamon Toast Crunch, or I eat some Oreos with some milk late at night. And I'm not talking about no 2-3 Oreo. I'm talking about a whole row. Yeah, some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't be judging me. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, I'm just going to eat 2 or 3 of them and I'm be good. Moderation. Moderation turns to the whole goddamn row. A whole row and a half. That used to be me, y'all. That used to be me. Straight up. And so, back then I didn't understand how important nutrition was for fat loss, weight loss. A lot of y'all don't even know the difference. But my point is this. If you want to look good in your clothes and when you take them off, if you want to see the pounds coming off when you step on the scale, you want to see the numbers going down. If all you're doing is working out, that's like losing weight on hard mode. Can you do it? Possibly, depending on how long you're doing your cardio. If you're going to be in there for hours. Most people who I tend to help, you don't want to be in the gym for that long. You don't have that kind of time. That's one of the biggest excuses most people have. I don't have time to be in the gym all day, every day of the week, an hour and a half, 2. I don't have time to do that. Okay. Well, if you want to drop weight comfortably, quickly, sustainably, meaning being able to keep that weight off without it being extremely hard, your diet has to do the heavy lifting for you guys. Your diet. Some of y'all been rocking with me for years. Some of y'all weeks and months. My look been staying the same. I like to go so far to say I look better now than when I was in my 20s. if I'm being completely honest. And the reason why is because I make my nutrition a big priority. Your boy even taking supplements and vitamins now. I'm taking zinc, vitamin D3, creatine. I'm taking all the supplements. I want to have an edge. I'm that type of guy. I don't want to just get by. Fuck all that. I don't want to be average. I want to be above average. Why just have a great diet when I can have a great diet and have the right minerals and essentials to make my body just have so much more energy and so much more muscle and just burn so much more fat. That might just be me. I don't know about you. That might just be me. I might just be talking to myself right now. I don't know. But anyway, if you notice that you've been working out, you're getting stronger, right? You have a little bit more, endurance. You could do the exercise a little bit longer. But when you step on the scale, the way they're going down, when you're looking in the bathroom mirror, you ain't happy with how your body looking. You're looking at your clothes in the closet, you're like, damn, I can't even fit in them clothes no more. And you're wearing hoodies and sweats all the time because your body ain't fitting them clothes no more. Start making nutrition a priority. This is how you lose weight on easy mode. Okay? That's number one. You have to do this, guys. I'm not just talking about losing this 30 pounds for the next, and you can lose this kind of weight in 3 months, y'all. I have a coaching client named Lance. He just dropped 40 pounds in 3 months. 3 months, he dropped 40 pounds, y'all. Okay? And so it doesn't have to take a very long time if you do it the right way. All right? And so you got to make nutrition a priority. Write it down. Tattoo it on your head, on your forehead. Do what you got to do. Okay? Number 2, if you're not tracking, you're slacking. If you're not tracking, you're slacking. There's certain things I want y'all to know me for. When y'all hear certain things, lose that big ass stomach, I want you to be like, dang, why Jay Jackson official be talking about lose that big ass stomach? That big ass stomach behavior. Oh, Jay Jackson be saying that. You know what else I want y'all to know me for? If your ass ain't tracking, you slacking. Here's what I mean. A lot of folks, they be like, dang, man, I'm eating healthy, but my stomach still ain't going down. I'm eating healthy, but man, my stomach, my weight ain't going down on the scale. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, man. I don't even want to do it no more. I just go back the way I was eating. I just go ahead and eat junk food if I'm not going to lose the weight. That's how a lot of folks be feeling. But then when I ask them on my game plan calls, when I be talking to some of y'all in the DMs, a lot of folks be reaching out. Hey, man, I want to get some help, man. I want to go ahead and lose this stomach. I want to know, put together me a plan, coach. I don't want to guess no more. Put together a plan for me. Then when I get on the game plan call with them, a lot of folks are eating healthy. That's not the issue. But when I ask them, how much calories do you eat on a daily basis? How much grams of protein do you eat on a daily basis? Crickets. The game plan call gets quiet. They be like, shit, I don't know. I ain't even thought about doing that. Some folks, they used to do it, but a decade ago. So they don't even know how much they eat. Guys, you can overeat on healthy food and get bigger. You can gain more fat. You can get even bigger. So you go from being 10 pounds overweight to 30 pounds overweight. From 30 pounds overweight to 50 pounds overweight. From 50 pounds overweight to 100 plus. Because you eating healthy food mixed in with a little bit of junk food here and there. But you trying to do it in moderation. But you wonder why the scale keep going up. Your ass ain't tracking. Guys, a lot of people say, yeah, I just got to get my portions right. You can't get your portions right unless you know your daily calorie intake. Because what else are you going off of if you're trying to get your portions right? If you don't know your calorie intake, you're guessing. You're guessing, man. And who wants to go weeks, months, dare I say, years, trying to lose weight? Which there's a lot of people out there who've been trying to lose weight for years. But they haven't just sat down and said to themselves, man, let me just understand not just what foods to eat, but how much I need to eat. It's 2 parts of this nutrition thing y'all got to understand. There's quality, which, when I do the content on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, eat these foods, lose that big ass stomach. Eat these fruits. Eat these vegetables. I do that for a reason. Because I know a lot of y'all don't know what foods you can be eating. Eat these high protein snacks. I do that to get you in the right direction. Okay? But you can't just stop there. You can't just say, oh, I know the foods I need to eat now. Now I'm about to lose this stomach. No. You got the quality now. Now you have to know the quantity. Say it with me. Quantity. Because if you're not eating the right amount of this healthy food, if you're overeating, guys, you won't lose weight. You're not going to lose 30 pounds. You could be eating the same exact foods. Guys, when people join my coaching program, It's customized. It's tailored to each person. It's not no cookie cutter stuff. When people join, I have a assessment form where they let me know what type of foods they like to eat. What are your proteins you like to eat? What are your vegetables? What are your fruits? What are the starchy carbs? Like, my shit's so super. It's so simple, y'all. Like, a third grader could be able to lose weight if they coachable. Because I'm giving you the foods you like to eat, but I show you your portions all the way down to the ounce. I show you your calorie intake. I show you your protein intake. Guys, when you understand this is how you lose weight, man. It's just like, I think a lot of people will be able to get the gist of this from what I'm about to say. A lot of y'all hustlers, I know I got some folks who get into the bag out here, making some of that moolah. It's okay if you down on your luck. It's all right. Your ass need to be doing something. Don't be complaining if your ass can't, if you ain't got the moolah. Get out there and hustle. Start up a Instagram page, a YouTube page. Do something. Start Ubering. Do something. It's a lot of different ways to make money. You have no excuse to be broke these days, okay? And if you do go broke, you shouldn't stay broke for very long. Anyway, so here's the thing. If you make a certain amount of money, but you're overspending, so let's say you're making $4,000 a month, but you're spending $8,000 every month. What's going to happen in a couple of months? What's going to happen? It don't take a rocket scientist to know this. I think a third grader might know this, y'all. I think a second grader might know it too. Maybe a first grader. Your ass gonna be outside in a cardboard box at some point. You gonna be up under one of them bridges because your ass is outspending how much you making. Now let's take this back over into the whole fitness and nutrition world. If you really need to be eating 2,000 calories a day, it's just an example now, but you eating 4,000 calories a day, what do you think gonna happen? I want you, if you got a kid, just ask your kid. John, he needs to eat 2,000 calories a day, but John is eating 4,000 calories a day. He's snacking all day. He binge eating on junk food at night. He drinking sodas. Oh yeah, he drinking some Simply lemonade and sweet tea too, like it ain't no tomorrow. Son, what's gonna happen to John? Your son gonna say, John gonna have a big ass stomach. John gonna be big. Yeah, John gonna be real heavy, daddy. John gonna be real big, mama. Your babies know it. Why don't you know this? Guys, you cannot overeat more calories than what's required for you to lose weight. All you have to do, if you don't want to get a coach, or let's say you do, because I map all these things out for my clients, but you can simply go to Google, type in TDEE calculator. That stands for Total Daily Energy Expenditure Calculator. It's going to have you put your information in. It's going to give you a certain calorie intake. Then you can reduce that by anywhere between about 5, 4, or even 300 calories. Eat that amount consistently, okay? Eat that amount consistently on a daily basis, all right? That way you can start losing weight. But if you don't know what that number is, guys, you're guessing. You're not going to lose weight, okay? So if you're tracking, if you're not tracking, don't be mad if that weight ain't going down. Don't be mad if your stomach ain't getting smaller because you're not doing what is required. I hear a lot of people talk about, man, I'm doing my best. I did my best to lose weight. Man, I did my best to lose that stomach. They still don't lose it. The people who do their best in life, they don't get what they want. This is what I've learned, guys. This is the cold, hard truth. Because I done had to work my ass off to get to where I'm at. And I'm still not where I want to be at. But I had to learn doing my best wasn't going to get me to where I am now. I had to do what was required. Meaning, there are days I don't be wanting to shoot content or film podcasts or do anything. Like, I'm the type of person, guys, I don't wake up just bouncing with joy and just, woo, let's do it. I'm ready for the day. That's some fairy tale shit. Some people might be like, but I'm not like that. I wake up, I'm like, woo, boy, here we go. It takes me a minute to warm up. I got to plug in some motivational YouTube or a podcast just to get myself going, y'all. A lot of y'all be going through some of the same shit. Y'all be thinking y'all like crumbling. No, you going through the same thing. You just got to have a routine to get your mind and your body in a higher frequency, higher vibration state. Okay? If you're always thinking about negative things, imagine if I woke up in that low vibration state like I normally do, and then I just start going on Instagram and looking at dumb stuff. Oh man, I'm gonna feel worse. Comparing myself to other people. Oh man, damn. Then I'm looking at negativity. It's just gonna spiral out of control. That's how some folks be going into these funks and they can't get out of it. Because what you focus on grows. Your frequency are the things that you frequently see. And this is something that I wasn't even gonna talk about, but this is super important, y'all. Not just for losing weight now, but forever. Because you're gonna have moments in your weight loss journey where you may fall into low vibration, maybe because folks shaming you for losing weight. I have a coaching client named Ann. She dropped over 100 pounds. And some of the folks at her church and some of her friends, they were shaming her. Oh, you definitely did some kind of weight loss surgery. And she was like, damn, I done put in all this time and effort, and people downplaying all the time and effort I done put into it. It could easily put you into a low vibration state. And so she had to start learning how to put herself into a higher frequency. Sometimes having a coach can do that for you too, because they speak life into you. And then for what I've learned is you have to have routines. Just like you have a night routine, a morning routine. If you got kids, you got a routine, help them get ready for school, all these type of things. You have to have a mental health routine when you wake up. If you know you wake up in low vibration, what are you going to do to get yourself to high vibration? Are you going to start praying? Are you going to move a little bit so you have a little bit more energy? Are you going to listen to some motivational music, motivational podcasts? These are things you got to do, guys. Otherwise, you just become the person who just make the excuses. Oh, I'm just sad today. Oh, I just feel bad. Oh, woe is me. And shit don't get better. All right? But anyway, I don't know how we got all the way there, but I felt like it needed to be said. Last thing I want to say about part 2. If your ass ain't tracking, you slacking. You got to eat the right amount of food if you want to lose weight. Okay? Number 3, you have to have a sustainable eating routine. I talk to a lot of folks on these game plan calls who are, some days they eat 1 meal, other days they eat 2 or 3 meals. Then another day, they just snack all day and they might eat a meal. Then I talk to folks that some days they don't even eat nothing. I be on gameplay, they be like, you know what? I don't even think I done ate today. Guys, that's no good. This is how folks end up having health issues. You starving yourself and then you binge eating on junk food. And then when you do eat, all you're eating is sugary things. Food that have a lot of sugar in it. All right, it could be a lot of chips, a lot of pastries. When you eat these types of things, this is how folks end up having diabetes, type 2 diabetes, insulin resistant, all right? Because you're just spiking your blood sugar because you're eating all this junk food. You can't do that, man, okay? So when I say you have to develop sustainable eating routines, one of the things that I talk about is the 3-2-1 diet, all right? This is what it stands for. I had to come up with a lot of different methods to make things sound really simple for my members. And so the 3-2-1 is this: 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, 2 snacks a day. Okay, one could be between breakfast and lunch. The other one could be between lunch and dinner. This is a foundation. You have things out there like intermittent fasting, but most folks who are trying to do intermittent fasting, they don't even have a solid foundation yet. They don't even know what their calorie intake needs to be, because you still have to eat a certain amount of food, whether you fast or not. A lot of people, they just be jumping from thing to thing. Guys, you have to build a healthy relationship with food. Build a solid foundation. Guys, I'm giving y'all principles. I don't really talk about nothing that I don't know nothing about. I talk strictly, I just stay in my lane. This is what I know works. You need to know how much you're eating. And then you have to have some type of foundation. 3 meals a day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. 2 snacks if you notice that you feel like your energy level gets really low between both meals, between lunch and breakfast or lunch and dinner. That way you have like a little energy bump if you don't have that time to really eat a full meal while you're at work. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the 3 and the 2. Then the 1 cheat meal a week. A lot of folks, they have cheat weekends. They do great during the week with their meal plan, their workout routine. Then on the weekends, they forgot they even had a meal plan. They forgot they even had a certain amount of calories they need to eat. And then they wonder why when they step on the scale, they be like, damn, my weight went up 5 pounds. Oh, hell no, I don't want to do it no more. But they don't have no structure. And so follow the 3-2-1 diet. All right, do that. You have to develop something that is sustainable. If you're doing all these crazy detox diets that you know you can't sustain, you're doing these crazy keto diets that you know you like eating burgers, pizza, pancakes, whatever it is, carbs. You know you like eating carbs, but you're trying to do this keto diet just so you can lose some weight. Well, what's going to happen when you stop doing the diet? You're going to gain the weight back. That's what's going to happen. And so why not go ahead and understand how to eat in a way that you can sustain long term? That way, when you lose the weight, you keep it off. Otherwise, if you start any diet and you stop doing the diet, guys, you're going to gain the weight back. Let me break it down in more relatable situation. Guys, let's say you're talking to a pretty tenderoni. When you first start dating, you're dating her. You're taking her out on dates every week. And then after a couple of months, y'all done got together, y'all in a relationship, you don't take her out no more. You think she dumb? You think she forgot that you was taking her out every week? But now you all of a sudden, you done got amnesia. Now y'all don't go out on dates no more. What do you think go happen? Yeah, she might just stop giving up the goodies. She just might stop being consistent with the goodies because now you ain't as consistent with going on dates. She noticed your consistency has stopped. And so therefore, the cause of that, there's a reaction. All right? Cause and effect. All right? Your ass stopped taking on dates. She noticed something didn't change. She need to change up something too until you remember what you used to do. All right? And so if you want to lose weight and keep it off, guys, all I'm saying is do it in a way that you can sustain it. You don't have to work out 7 days a week if you know that's not something that you can sustain. If you know you can sustain working out 3 to 4 days a week, that's what you do. If you know you can sustain doing 5 days a week, that's what you do. If you know you can sustain eating some fruit, eating some protein, eating some vegetables, which should be shit you already eating. You got grown folks out here, got kids. And the parents don't even be eating fruits and vegetables. Telling the kid to eat fruits and vegetables. And the parents over here drinking sipping lemonade and sweet tea. Baby, you gotta eat your vegetables. Baby, you gotta eat your fruit. And they over there drinking vodka with Simply Lemonade. And I don't get it. I don't get it. Talking about water is nasty. Last I checked, water don't even have a taste. You got grown people, parents. Water nasty. It's crazy. I'm telling you guys, some of y'all got bigger problems than just need to lose weight. But anyway, that's number 3, sustainable eating routine. Number 4, I want y'all to catch this now. You got to start eating for value and not just eating for pleasure and convenience. I'm going to say it one more time now. I want y'all to catch this. You have to start eating for value and not just eating for pleasure and convenience. A lot of people eat fast food every day like it ain't no tomorrow. They wonder why they tired and sluggish all the time. Wonder why they have brain fog all the time. Wonder why their clothes ain't fitting like they used to. Wondering why they boot thing don't want to lay up with them and touch on them and rub on them like they used to. Wonder why they don't want to go out with their family and friends and do the things they used to do because their body ain't on point no more. This is what happens when you choose convenience over value. I'm not saying I don't eat fast food from time to time. But every day, some of y'all eating Burger King, Chipotle, Chick-fil-A every day. That's no good. Some of y'all eating burgers every day. Do y'all not realize some of this food that these fast food companies are cooking is not even real meat? It's lab-grown meat. And so you need to start eating at home. At least 80% of the time. Okay? I have this rule, the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time you need to be eating healthy and clean. The other 20%, you can eat whatever you want to eat and still lose weight, guys. It does not have to be perfect. Y'all not trying to be bodybuilders. So you don't have to be that locked in. I'm not even that locked in. Guys, this is how you do it. When it comes to eating food that have value in it, I'm talking about things like protein, but eating at the house too, all right? Because it's going to be less processed. Processed food has more calories in it, okay? But when you eat at home, you know what the ingredients is. You know what's going into that food. So making sure you're eating protein, chicken, fish, steak, ground turkey, beef, eggs, egg whites, things like that. This is a very important food to eat on a daily basis if you want to drop body fat. All right. If you want to build lean muscle. Everybody talk about they want to be toned and defined. You only get toned and defined from building muscle. Meaning you gotta lift weights. You're not gonna get toned just doing cardio and eating healthy. You can't be toned. There's nothing to tone. Without muscle, there will be no tone. You just go look skinny fat. This is why you have to lift weights. Okay? The other part of value is fiber. All right? You got fiber, antioxidants, things like that. This is what you're going to get from your fruits and your vegetables. Fruits and vegetables are also carbs. Okay? But they work really well with regulating our blood sugar. So if you got pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes, these should be your best friends. I'm telling you. I talk to a lot of folks on these game plan calls. I be hearing horror stories. Folks be talking about such they cousin or they dad and lost a toe or two, then lost a foot. It's happening. It just ain't happening to your ass yet. And so you think that it won't happen. It's really out here happening to folks. So you got to start really making this a priority, not just for weight loss and looking good, but also your health. Because some of y'all got people who love and care about you and who depend on you. And so you got to make sure that you have fruits and vegetables in your diet. Add color on your plate, okay? These are carbs, but these type of carbs have less calories in them. That way you can eat more of them and fill up instead of eating a lot of starchy carbs like rice all the time, French fries, potatoes, oatmeal, grits, bagels, croissants. I'm not saying that these foods are bad, but if you want to lose weight, these type of foods add up in calories extremely fast. I love eating them too, but if I ate them as much as I would love to eat them, I'd be big as hell. I'd have a big old ass stomach. Have you ever seen a trainer out there? Them trainers, they be brolic, they be big, swole. You like, damn, boy, you big as hell. You gotta turn to the side to get in the dough, right? But get what? They had that big old ass stomach. See, they don't have the discipline to not eat as much starchy carbs. Because if they did, they wouldn't have that big ass stomach. They ain't bulking. They just don't have the discipline to not eat as much starchy carbs. That's what happens when you eat all that food like that. You get big as hell. Okay? But it's extremely easy to lean out and lose weight and keep it off and be healthy. Eat more protein. Start adding some fruit to your meals. Start adding some protein, some vegetables to your meals. Start adding some healthy fats to your meals. Guys, you don't have to have carbs, starchy carbs in every meal. Like, guys, I go days without eating starchy carbs at times. No rice, no potatoes, no bread, no chips, nothing. It's just protein, fruits, and vegetables, and maybe some healthy fats like walnuts or almonds or avocado or something like that. Guys, this is the cheat code. Y'all be wondering how my coach, I know y'all be watching me all on social media, posting my clients. You be wondering how these folks dropping 25, 30, 35 plus pounds, 40 pounds in 3 months. I'm showing them how to eat. I'm not having them live in the gym like a bodybuilder. It's the eating. I guess sometimes the reason I keep on saying these things over and over and over, because I know some of y'all be listening to all my podcasts, and y'all be like, God damn, he always talking about some eating that. Build a healthy relationship with food. Because sometimes y'all got to hear this shit more than 10 times. But to finally just, you wake up one day, you get out of bed, you know what I'm going to do? Man, I'm about to just start eating some protein, some fruits and vegetables. And then you wonder how you got that thought. Yeah, I just didn't condition you. I didn't program you. Because you've seen so much of my content. You're like, damn, you know what? He the one who actually talking, but you really think that you came up with the idea, but you just didn't see so much of my shit so often. Now you just like, you know what? I came up with that. That's what I need to do. That's the one thing I needed to do right there. By the way, as long as you winning, man, that's all I care about. Anyway, so these are things you want to start doing. When you eat this way, this gives you value. You want me to tell you what I mean by when it gives you value? You have energy when you eat this way. You never have brain fog anymore. One of my coaching clients, Lance Moore, down 40 pounds in 3 months. He works from home, he works in tech, and he was always dealing with brain fog. And he was like, man, coach, man, I'm dropping this weight now. I don't have a brain fog no more. No more brain fog. And I used to go through the same thing. I used to eat a lot of junk food. Some of y'all go through the same thing. Middle of the day, you eat you a big ass sandwich or a Subway sandwich, foot long, and you be tired and sluggish. That's not a good thing. Some of y'all, you've been living like that for years and thinking that it's normal. It's not normal. It's like some of y'all out here walking around and it's like somebody who, I don't even know what I want to say, but it's like you're normalizing trauma. It's like what's that lady name? It's some actor. No, she's a music artist and she's huge. God bless her soul. She is like a really big girl. And she tried to get inside of a Lyft or Uber or something like that. And they were like, no. Can't get in my car. Car won't hold you. And she was pissed. She was mad. I think she tried to file a lawsuit against Lyft or Uber or whatever. But she don't realize how heavy she is. And she don't realize that it's not healthy. It's not normal to live like that. Guys, there are people who are dying from being overweight, obese. My dad told me this one thing as I was growing up. He was like, Quiz, because that was my dad called me. He was like, dead people don't speak. And so people in your family, because I had a lot of people in my family pass away from high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, being obese, but they can't tell us because they gone now. They can't tell you what they should have been doing different. They gone. But guess what? Guess who can tell you? People who are educated. Professionals. Because now I know why so many people in my family was passing away from strokes, high blood pressure. Granddad passed away from sleep apnea, had a heart attack in his sleep when he went to the hospital to get a sleep study done. Some of y'all, you don't even know that you have sleep apnea right now. You just think you waking up, losing your breath for no reason. Because that is a symptom of gaining too much weight, sleep apnea. You don't even know that you snoring so loud because you have sleep apnea. I've had people jump on game plan calls with me and they be like, yeah, my spouse was telling me they woke me up because I wasn't breathing for a certain amount of time. And I was like, dude, have you went to the doctor and got tested for sleep apnea? And I'm like, no. What's all that? I don't know. I just, she just been saying it for a couple of months. And I'm like, yo, you need to go to the doctor. So some of y'all be living like this. You normalizing trauma. You cannot normalize these things. You can't look at the person who is my 600-pound life, because some of y'all be doing. You'll try to look at somebody who's in a worse situation to make yourself feel better. That don't mean your situation is any better. If you're going through pains, you're going through insecurities, concerns, you're worried about things getting worse with your health and your weight and all this, you need to change it. You can't just keep living like that. At some point, you got to wake up and be like, all right, man, I got to start with just a step. Let me just take a step in the right direction. Let me just do something in the right direction. And then you do it one day. Then you do it the next day. And then you do it the next day. And then you do it the next day. Guys, this is how you get yourself out of holes. You cannot get yourself out of a hole, because I know some of y'all feel like you're in such a hole, some folks be feeling hopeless. Some folks be feeling like, damn, man, I'm so far behind, man, I don't even know if it's possible for me to get out of this situation. Guys, we've all been there. The people who make it out the hole are the people who be like, I'm no longer willing to accept the way I'm living right now. It's time for me to raise my standards of living. I'm going to say that one more time because this is what some of y'all need to do. You have to start raising your standard of living. Start taking care of yourself. You be taking care of everybody else. You make sure everybody else straight. But if you don't have anything to pour into the people you love and care about, eventually it's going to run out. So you got to pour into yourself with more value, the right foods, exercising. Guys, when I was talking about frequency and vibration earlier, when you exercise, it puts you in a higher frequency. It makes you feel better. It's not just about looking good. You're going to feel better. Guys, I can't tell you how many times out of each month, it's probably like 15 to 20 days out of each month, I'm in a rut. I'm in a funk. But when I go to the gym, I'm out of the funk. That's why I work out in the morning. And then I get to the action. You see what I'm saying? I feel great. I'm Action Jackson now, this motherfucker. But anyway, this is how you take your life, like have those breakthroughs. One day at a time. Start adding value to yourself. That way you can add value to the people that you love and care about. I'm talking to the people who are not selfish. All right? Because being selfish, you're just thinking about self. But what I've noticed, the people who join my coaching program, the people who do the best, yeah, they want to look good. Yeah, they want to be healthy. But a lot of times they be wanting to do it for people that they love and care about. They want to be a good role model, an example for the people they love and care about. They want to be able to, be that partner, that husband or that wife or that boyfriend, that girlfriend, whatever. And they don't feel like they partner just like, man, wish my baby would lose some weight. I love him, but God, dog, wish they'd get healthy. I don't want to have to be worrying about him. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all spouses or partners, boyfriend, girlfriend, they worried about you. Man, they gonna be around. Y'all be 30, 40, 50, 100 pounds overweight, developing health issues. They be worried. They might not say nothing to you, but they human. They see you gaining weight. You just think they don't see it. They see you. And so you got to see yourself, though. And you got to see yourself and love yourself enough to want to make some changes by raising your standards of living. And when you do these things, this is how you drop your next 30 pounds. And dare I say your next 30, 50, or even 100 pounds. All right? Anyway, hopefully y'all find this podcast helpful. We out of here. Let's get it. Yo, appreciate you for tapping in and listening to the podcast episode today. Hopefully you found it valuable. And if you did and you want to learn more about how I can help you lose the big ass stomach, transform your body, and get your health on point, DM me real results over on Instagram at JJacksonOfficial for more information. And I'll reach back out to you to do what I can to help you hit those health and fitness goals. Let's get it.